Right now, we wanted to talk about an amazing youth sports facility that is under development on the west side. And we have with us Bruce O'Neill. Bruce is the executive director of the Elkhorn Athletic Association. Good morning, Bruce, and welcome.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Trent. Thanks for letting me be here. It was an exciting morning.
Good to have you here. Hey, real fast, what exactly is Elkhorn Athletic Association?
So Elkhorn Athletic Association is a nonprofit 501c3 that serves about 6,000 athletes throughout western Douglas County, 8 sports, and primarily focused on outdoor sports, but we have some indoor with wrestling and basketball. But we're here to serve the community. The very nature of the word association means, a likeness of individuals coming together for a common purpose. So that's really kind of our goal. The roots of the organization really started 50 years ago. There's 5 decades worth of youth sports history, and it really came together through kind of a partnership with our co-founders, Eric Crouch and Jason McDonald with General Fire and Safety, who about in 2015 said, let's see if we can't pull some of these groups together and see if we can't work for a common purpose to provide places for kids to play and a mission for that. And when I first got here 3 years ago, it was about 1,600 kids. And now we've got roughly over 3,000 with a combination of what used to be Elkhorn Baseball and the Elkhorn Soccer Club. And it's been a pretty exciting journey the last 3 years. And one of the very first things they said to me is, boy, we need some more places to play.
So Elkhorn Athletic Association is independent of the school district.
It is independent, yeah. But we leverage and use the facilities tremendously, Trenton, because we are desperately reliant on our ability to have that partnership with the schools and use facilities. So we do a lot of capital improvements on the Elkhorn Public Schools and surrounding, and even Waterloo and Valley to that degree. Primarily more Waterloo, but it is independent of the school system. But we are definitely reliant on them from a partnership perspective. Okay.
Bruce, you mentioned we need more facilities, and I can tell you, I know that you and I both have sons the same age that have played baseball since they were pretty much born. And so you and I know a lot about going to other cities and doing baseball tournaments and coming back home to Omaha wondering why we don't have some of the facilities that our kids have played at in other towns, which brings us to why we have you here today. Talk to us a little bit about what you have planned and what all that is going to look like.
Yeah, thank you. Again, this journey of this conversation about looking at what do we need in this community really is a lot of folks have looked at it, right? And we have not really had too many folks be very successful at trying to figure out this particular equation. But we've managed to get our hands on about 142 acres just outside of Valley, right off of 275. The location is absolutely spectacular from an ingress, egress, and traffic perspective. So it's 142 acres, looking to put on it 16 baseball, softball fields, varying sizes. 6 all kind of multi-turf all play fields, which are soccer and football and lacrosse, and a barrier-free field for kids with disabilities. So we have a mission to be able to say we want to serve all athletes anywhere from kindergarten through high school, but we really focus on kindergarten through 8th grade. And in doing that, we want to be able to say we have a place for adaptive sports all the way through recreation, which is the vast majority of it, and then the select sports. So it's a fairly significant undertaking. I like to use the phrase a Beehag, right? It's a big, hairy, audacious goal. We'll use that one on radio.
Jim Collins.
Yeah. And so for us, this is a Beehag, right? We are at the tip of the spear as a nonprofit, not doing this just for the Elkhorn Athletic Association. We are really, truly trying to do this for a community to leave a legacy for generations to come. And we want it to be a regional destination, right? How much money have Nebraskans spent, and particularly Western Nebraskans, Eastern Nebraskans traveling other places to play? I look at a place like Des Moines, who has 6 complexes similar to this, maybe not quite the scale.
That are smaller city,
and you guys just published the other day, and we're Omaha's number 13 on the places to live, and where's Des Moines in that? They're 93rd, right? And we have a dearth of places like this that we just don't have them. We need really competitive places to play and a regional destination because folks want to come to Omaha. And we just need something like this to be it'll be net new economic income because we don't have a draw like this today.
Will there be naming rights for this, or
Without question, I'm glad. Thank you, Trent. You walked me right into it. We actually have a naming rights partner. MD West One Orthopedic and Neurology is the naming rights partner for the complex. They've signed up to do that for the next 10 with an extension for 20 years. So we're fortunate to have that. And then, of course, we're going to rely on sponsorships for naming rights for fields and things like that. We've already got several partners who have signed up to be naming rights partners. I could rattle through that list for you, but MD West One jumped on early to be the naming rights partner for the complex because they've got locations in that area. And the thing that's really important to all of us is having community-minded and focused partners, right? We don't necessarily want to have Joe's Crab Shack propane and bail bonds as a sponsor.
yeah,
Not that we don't appreciate that.
there's not a synergy there.
Right. But what we're looking for is folks who have like-minded partnerships that are oriented the same way. And so folks like, MD West One, Pinnacle Bank, Core Bank, DJ's Dugouts, General Fire and Safety, folks that have a community-minded focus have been tremendous sponsors. Pepsi's one. And we've got a couple of family foundations that have contributed to this project. And so it's a $50 million project over the course of the next 8 years, and we're building it in phases. And in doing that, we're going to be reliant on not only local contributions and efforts, sponsorships, but also some of the new tools that are out there legislatively at our disposal as well.
What's the website?
So you can get to the website at elkhornathletics.org and /MD West 1, or you can just go to the Elkhorn Athletic Association.org and find it.
And people can contribute. They can learn more about it.
Yes.
Are these fields synthetic turf, or are they grass, or both?
So the baseball fields will be all synthetic infields and grass outfields. So again, weather being what it is in Nebraska, we want to make sure that when people travel here, they have a place to play. And then the soccer/football fields will be a super pad. So it's going to be one big contiguous space that will have synthetic turf.
That is a nice amenity. Okay, so it's 142 acres, Highway 275, the exit where there's a pilot travel center and a Dairy Queen. That's what a lot of people will probably identify it by. Timeline, Bruce, for these phases. When will the first pitch be thrown?
Well, our plan right now, if we can stay on track, is spring of 2023. We've got great partners with MCL, Lamprey Nearson, Morrissey Engineering, and Nemaha Construction out of Lincoln, who are actively putting all the details together. BCDM is doing the architectural renderings right now for the City of Valley, who's been a fantastic partner to us. And so our plan is to start moving some dirt here this winter and getting some excitement going. And as the two of you will know better than I do as a neophyte to this, moving dirt is expensive, and it's not as abundant as you would think.
Yeah, you would think. There's dirt everywhere. Not always the case.
So, and there's just so much construction and growth right now in Omaha, which is exciting, which is exactly why being in the vanguard of a community project like this is super important.
Well, we're really excited about it. I'm looking forward to watching games there someday. And Bruce, thanks to you and your colleagues and your members for everything you're doing to bring Omaha a bigger piece of that youth sports market economy, which is billions and billions of dollars.
$19 billion, Jeff.
That's impressive. Well, thanks for joining us.
Appreciate your time this morning. Thank you, gentlemen.
Bruce O'Neill, Executive Director of the Elkhorn Athletic Association.
If you like this video, be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. And remember, Grow Omaha is not just media. This is a mission. We are trying to build up Omaha and make it an even better place. We can only do that with your help. Share this video with your friends, neighbors, and family.